What's good, y'all? It's your boy T Campus signing back in with another video. Now today, we're going to be doing a little something different from the skits that I usually do. We're actually going to be doing something that I got inspired to do by one of my favorite YouTube groups, RDC Road 1. Hey, shout out to y'all. We are going to be doing a Storytime Sunday. Now, before Storytime Sunday starts off, I want to start by saying that I'm very excited to be doing these because I got so many crazy-ass stories that I've been through in my past. So I would love to share these with y'all. So I'm going to start pretty much probably doing these regularly like every Sunday, or at least I'm going to try to. And we got to start this off strong. You already read the title of this story. When I got chased by a nigga with a gun.
That's actually not what it's called. Say the right name. That's not
okay,
what it's called.
That's not what it's called, but that's pretty much what happened. Go ahead, before this starts off, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nah, I'm being so serious. You need to just go ahead and subscribe. I'm literally going to sit here and wait for y'all to go ahead and subscribe. I'm still waiting. Also, go ahead and just leave this video a like now, and just go ahead and we gonna get into this story. Now, I'm gonna start by addressing the people that was in this story. Me, first of all, one of my boys, Dwayne, another one of my boys, Tip, and another one of my old friends, Henry. Now, Henry... Bro, this nigga Henry's the reason why we almost got killed. Look, when I tell y'all that Henry is the reason why we got chased with a gun, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. It was a Friday... And I was a junior in high school at this time, and it was a Friday, and I knew that whatever I was going to be doing after school, I just wanted to have a good time doing it. So what I did was I go ahead and call my boy Dwayne, and I tell him, hey, yo, look, I think that you probably should slide out here after you got out of school. Now, he was pretty much down for anything, but he was going to be on his own making his way out here. He lived in El Cerrito at the time, and black parents don't like last minute shit. You go ahead and you ask your mom something last minute like that to take me on a 45-minute drive from El Cerrito to Hayward, your answer is gonna be hell no. So after I had talked to him and I told him to just come out here, he told me that he was going to just get on BART after school. Now, the good thing about this was Dwayne actually used to get out of school earlier than we did. So after I got out of school, he was pretty much already there. I didn't have to wait for him. It was 6th period. We got out of school at 3:31. In Tennyson admin, if any of y'all is watching this, why on earth do y'all just not change it to 3:30? What is the one for? Come on now. We got out of school, and I meet up with Dwayne. You know when you see your boys, hey, what's up? You know how excited you be when you see your friends, right? That's never gonna change. Well, after I met up with Dwayne, we literally met up with Christian and Henry pretty much like, probably not too long after that, like 3 minutes after that. And when I tell you guys that Tennyson takes the cake for being probably one of the chillest high schools that you could probably ever go to, I'm not playing. People claim they hate that school so much but would stay up there for hours after school ends. I was one of those people. We literally used to just chill. It didn't matter what we was doing, we was just chilling. I'm talking about there was music playing in the quad. It was hella people. There was people would bring people. It was just cool. We would just be eating, chilling, laughing, and having a good time. What we usually used to do was go to Food Source after school got out so we can go stock up on our little snacks that we was just gonna be eating on after we got out of school. We go to Food Source, we come back to Tennyson, and we chill up there for a good 5 hours probably. We're up at Tennyson till like 8:30, right? We don't really think this through. We knew that, well, I knew that I wanted Dwayne to come out, but I didn't really, calculate the fact that he had to go back home on BART at night after this was all over. Now, I care about my boy's safety, so I was like, shit, maybe I could just ask, can you stay at my house? Now, once again, black parents do not like last minute shit. So if you're gonna go ahead and ask something last minute like this, you have to do it in a way to the point where they can't say no. If you ask regularly, it's not gonna work. So I had called my mom, and the conversation on the phone literally went like, hey, yo, mom, what's up? I just want to let you know that you're on speaker. Everybody around me can hear you. Dwayne can hear you clearly, perfectly. A1, he can hear you. And pretty much what I just wanted to ask was, he came out here on BART, and it's really late. And I don't really want him traveling back to El Cerrito at night. So can he stay at night? I knew that my mom was on the other side of that phone like, kill this little motherfucker. Yeah, he can go ahead and stay the night. You gotta be willing to take the risk for doing something like this, because as soon as your friend walk out, you getting your ass beat or you gonna get cussed out. I swear, after he was gone, my mom had told me, boy, if you ever do some shit like that ever again in your life, put me on the spot in front of your friends, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm probably gonna whoop his ass because I know he probably convinced you to do this shit, nigga. So after we go ahead and we already got the situation figured out that Dwayne was gonna be spending the night at my house, Christian had heard that Dwayne was coming on over. So I had to call my mom back because you knew Christian wanted to come on over. At this point, she wasn't really tripping. She was just pissed off because I kept adding names to the roster last minute. You know, she just pretty much told us not to be too loud, but I swear my mom probably told us to shut the hell up at least 15 times that night. But before we head to my house, we actually go ahead and we go to Christian's house first because he was gonna grab his Xbox and we was pretty much just gonna stay up all night and play video games. In order for us to get back to the bus stop, we have to walk through a park. Because I didn't live in Hayward at the time. I actually lived in San Leandro. So we had to walk through the park to get to the bus stop in order for us to get on the bus to go to San Leandro. When we can walk through this park, you know, we just chilling. Like, we get to the park and we could kill a little bit of time because the bus didn't come for another like 30, 40 minutes or something like that. So we just chilling at the park. Oh, it's probably about like 9:30 at this point, and we just chilling, you know, not really worried about nothing. Then we start seeing sirens. Now, when a nigga hears sirens, I'm the first one up out that hole. If I hear sirens, I'm out. Why would I stay? So we hear sirens, we see the lights, the flashing lights and stuff, and I'm all like, hey, we probably should go. Well, everybody's pretty much on board with getting out of the park because we've been told by park security plenty of times not to be in the park after hours. But worst case scenario, we got a white dude with us. So, if anything was to happen, if any police come up to us and press us, Christian gonna get us, Tip gonna get us up out of there. So, Tip, if you watching this, shout out to you, bro. I love you. So, after we seen the lights and stuff, we get up and we start getting our stuff. We start heading out the park. Now, right when we're heading out the park, I turn around. And what I seen scared the hell out of me. I seen somebody running. But when he was running, it looked like he had a gun in his hand. Needless to say it was a gun in his hand. It didn't look, it was just a gun in his hand. I'm like, oh, when I seen that, hey, y'all, we really need to get the fuck up out of here, like, right now. Literally, I'm up out of there, Tip's out of there, Dwayne's out of there. We all on board to get out of this park as fast as we can. But Henry, why did Henry have to do this? We're all literally about to get out of the park. We're running at this point because bro with the gun is running towards us. So we all up out of the park. And Henry literally takes nothing phases him. He doesn't take nothing serious at all. We start running out the park. And Henry turns around while he's running, looks directly at this dude, and yells top of his lungs. He says, "Hey, you a bitch! You a bitch! Kill me now. Kill me now." So when bruh realizes that there's 4 niggas in a park, and he probably already has a lot to leave. He don't care. He does not care about life at this point. He's running from the police and he gets called a bitch by this dude. This random dude that he knows is a kid. He's like, all right then, I'm a bitch, right? He starts running at us with the gun. At this point, I'm shaking. I'm like, oh my God, why would you do something like this, Henry? Why did you do something like this? So we start running faster. I forgot to tell y'all that before this whole thing happened, I had got a football injury earlier on and my knee was all messed up. I had tore my meniscus and it was all swollen. I wasn't supposed to be running, but boy, when he was running after us with that gun, that injury did not matter. I was up out of there. I'm looking at Henry. I'm like, bro, why on earth would you do something like this? You know that my knee's messed up. Why would you make me run like this? And when I tell you that Henry is probably one of the most out-of-pocketest friends that I've ever encountered in my life, I'm not playing. He looks at me and says this, Well, shit, nigga, I guess you gotta run now. I never wanted to slap a nigga so hard in my life. Bruh behind us is still running. I hear him. Oh, y'all running, y'all running. He's running with the gun still in his hand. I could see it. He's running towards us. And boy, we was darting up out of that thing. Luckily, it was dark at night. We was in a dark alley. We ended up losing him eventually, but I swear we were running for a good, we was hiding for a good 7 minutes. Literally, that 7 minutes felt like to be the longest time possible. I don't know where the shooter went, or I don't know where this man went, but we eventually ended up losing him. Needless to say, we beat the fuck out of Henry after all that was said and done. And we all went over there also. We was whooping his ass. The thing about Henry was, he was like SpongeBob. When he got pain, it didn't really affect him. You was firing on him, putting all your might into these punches, and he's sitting over here laughing. Then gets up and does the same shit that he usually just got done doing to provoke you again. It was like he was addicted to getting his ass beat. After all that was done, you know, we pretty much got home safely. That pretty much was it. After everything, that pretty much concludes that story time. And man, I'm telling you, I've never been so scared in my life. Well, I probably have, but at that moment, that felt like everything. Like I was just, man. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my story time. Hey, if you enjoyed it, leave some feedback, leave some comments, leave a like I said. Go ahead and subscribe if you already haven't done that. I already told you to do it. I don't know why you haven't done it yet. So go ahead and do that. And also, just stay tuned for more of my content. Look, I'm on the grind right now to 1,000. Then I make the 2,000, 3,000. I'm gonna get up there to the millions. Y'all mark my words. I'm gonna be up there. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. And I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.